Subscribe now. EU debates.
Well, you need to get companies on board, of course, because there will be no progress without them, and they are to be defended by a CBAM, a Carbon Border Adjustment Mechanism, CBAM. That's what it's called in EU jargon, CBAM. I quite like it because it sounds like you're saying to China, China, bam, take that. This is another Commission proposal, by the way, and it's meant to ensure that products which are produced in a way which is disruptive to competition, if it's produced in China, Pakistan, India, anywhere else where climate goals are not taken into account, then they will be penalised to protect our internal industry. But industry doesn't want CBAM, it wants to maintain the certificates it has. The CBAM mechanism is moving forward, and it's going to come. This is not going to be an overnight process. It will come little by little. It's all very complex to set up. It will start in 3 or 4 sectors where CO2 is emitted in high amounts, for example, aluminium. The basic principle behind the idea is that if our industry is willing, and it has to be willing, to become innovative because of our high CO2 prices, leading to a situation where it no longer produces aluminium with gas, for example, but with green hydrogen, well, then our industry will have taken a huge step forward. It will have developed CO2-free aluminium. But that development and innovation costs money. If at the same time dirty aluminium is coming into Europe at a cheaper price from China, then it's almost impossible for our companies to sustain and justify innovation. But we need innovation in order to stop polluting the environment. And that's why we've told China, if you come to our market with dirty products, then you're going to have to pay a customs levy for this CO2 that is caused by your products. But we've also said we don't really want the money. We'd rather that China set up a CO2 certificates system, a level playing field is what we call it, to ensure that there's fair competition. China, not because of CBAM, but nonetheless, China is in the process of bringing in a CO2 price system. And China has recently come to the Commission and asked us about the experience that we have, the mistakes that we've made in the past, so that they don't fall into the same mistakes. And that's exactly as it should be. We should be creating incentives to ensure that when products come to our market, if they are dirty products, then they pay a price. Because our companies here in Europe are investing huge money in developing cleaner products. And by setting up a system like this, you encourage other competitors to also be innovative and to bring clean products to the market to create clean competition.
Mr. Habeck, what about the companies? What did they think about CBAM? Are they in favour? Well, yes, they are. I mean, it's a very logical idea. During the Fit for 55 negotiations, we talked about this before the parliamentary recess. I think this is one of the biggest successes in terms of what Europe has done this year. I think there are about 18 different files in total covering everything from agriculture to CBAM to the directive on e-fuels as well to the renewable energy directive, the second one. So they were incredibly complicated negotiations, and there certainly was a whole section on CBAM as well on our side. And the solution that we found, which found was a satisfactory one, was that we wouldn't start off with a linear system. So we'd have a higher proportion of allowances at the beginning, so that companies can get involved in the transition right at the outset, and then each year will have a change. Now, this is quite a complicated negotiation process. The Council always tried to be more conservative, the Parliament more ambitious perhaps, and then we try to find a compromise. We all get together and try to find an agreement. That's what makes Europe so interesting, and the fact that we managed to do that is a huge success, especially the fact that we managed to get the agreement on a CBAM as well. And since then, I don't think I've heard any complaints. As I said beforehand, there was a very in-depth debate. We really hashed it all out, but I think we have found a way forward now.